right.
Welcome to the GBM Hangover Podcast.
Woo. All right. I'm David.
I'm Clarence Fraglehorn.
Clarence Fraglehorn. Where do you come up with these names?
I don't know. It's whatever comes up the moment I sit down.
They're kind of clever, though.
I was kind of thinking of corn, and then I was thinking about Fraggle Rock, and I'm like, Fraggle corn.
Fraggle corn. Yeah. My brother was visiting recently, and he thought of the chicken from Looney Tunes with the southern accent.
Oh, Froghorn Leghorn.
There you go. So when you said Fraggle corn, I thought of Foghorn Leghorn. I'll say.
There you
That's
go.
what I was thinking about when you said that, because that's the second time that's come up in like a week, out of the last 15 years, and then twice in a week. You know what I mean?
What a weird, random character.
Yeah. No, I mean, but he's great,
I mean, definitely one of the more stand out, but not, I wouldn't say a prominent character.
He wasn't a prominent character. But yeah. That makes me think of like all the scrappy little guys too. Like he had a scrappy little buddy, like I think it was a little chicken, right?
Did he? Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't there a scrappy little one?
Yeah, probably.
That made me think of Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy
like
Doo.
Scooby Doo's little like scrappy buddy that came in later after the show jumped the shark.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like let's just add a little Scooby Doo that likes to get into fights.
Yeah, the show isn't obnoxious enough. However, I thought it was weird though that Scooby Doo still didn't talk, but Scrappy Doo could.
Yeah, but he talks just fine.
Yeah.
No, it's been a minute. Yeah, so I feel like we let a little time go by between our episodes again.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna I would like to have something that is as regular as possible.
Yeah.
But like we explained before, if the topic's not there or if the episode's not there, we're not going to put something out just for the sake of putting something out.
No, I agree. Yeah. And I think we're finding a rhythm too, which I think is good.
It's like a slow waltz.
Okay.
Yeah. When it happens, it's relatively beautiful, but it's sometimes very far and few between.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Slow going.
Waltzes in general don't happen a lot.
No.
At least not in my world.
No,
so,
not mine either.
But we had a really fun GBM last Monday. A lot of people.
10 people.
10 people.
It's damn near a party.
Which I think that qualifies actually as a party. We're not even near a party. We're at a party. Because I think, we had some people visiting. My brother was in town. Krupel had someone in as well from out of town. His cousin, more like a brother. It's kind of what he was saying too. Good friend, a good cousin. We had a visitor from up the street. Eric was visiting, and we've been trying to get him to get here forever. I've been nagging at him to come visit, and he finally did. Mm-hmm. So that was fun. And
oddly, not that far away. And then we also had Craig, who's in town from Poland, so he came
far away,
the furthest.
Yeah, look at episode 3 if you don't know who Craig is. Yeah, he's one of our founding members. Yeah. So yeah,
there's a lot of people.
Yeah, it was good times. So that was fun. We opened some things.
Yeah, we started off with the 2020 North Coast Stock Ale, which tasted old.
Oh right.
I mean, it's technically an old ale-esque sort of thing, but it's also 5 years old, and for some reason those beers always just taste old.
I was gonna say it tastes old even when it's new. It's a lot like Sweem. It was just born old.
Yeah Fell out at 55. Totally. We also had from my trip up to Wisconsin with Buffet, we went to a couple places up there, one of which is out of Eau Claire called Brewing Project. We do have distribution for them down here. We don't necessarily get all of their stuff, but picked up one of their barrel-aged 10-year anniversary vanilla stouts, which was super thick. It was almost like drinking brownie batter.
Oh. Which one was that?
That was like the second one we opened.
Oh, okay.
It was, but that was before the other 20, so I'm pretty sure it got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. Okay.
We also had gone to this place called Brickfield. Great place, awesome beers. They had an imperial stout that was aged in bourbon barrels called Big Bad Wolf. We had the s'mores and we had the coconut.
I remember those beers. They were good.
They were good.
They were tasty. I remember I do remember my critique of the s'mores beer, and actually this is my critique of all s'mores beers, just in general, is that anytime I have a s'mores beer, I want to taste graham cracker.
Yeah.
If I don't taste graham cracker, it's not a s'mores beer to me. Like, because you can do vanilla and you can do chocolate. That's no problem. You can do that in any beer, right? Or like any stout beer or whatever. But when you tell me it's a s'mores beer, I want the graham cracker. To me, that will make it a s'mores beer. And if I don't get that, then I'm a little let down.
And extra points if you can get like the toasted marshmallow flavor in
Absolutely.
there too.
A little bit of smoke to the vanilla. Absolutely. I'm with you.
I think Bottle Logic did that.
Those guys nail the adjuncts. They do a really, really good job. But anyway, so those of you making s'mores beers, like I want that graham cracker flavor.
Make sure the crackers in there.
Crackers. Yeah, that's really, really tasty. Anyway, those beers were pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
The other one that really stood out was probably other than the Bottle Logic Red Eye November, which is the coffee.
Yep.
That was pretty solid.
That was good. Yeah.
And then we had the 2013 Cantillon Iris.
Ooh,
which was kind of fun.
Anytime you can open a Cantillon, that's a fun beer.
And being that old, that's really neat.
Yeah, I was 12 years old. Yeah,
it's really good. I mean, it was a little bit more funky. The tartness was still there, but it wasn't like sour or puckering.
Right.
I would drink again.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, yeah. Anytime you can open a Cantillon, it's always a treat.
Some Cantillon.
Yeah. So French.
Today we're going to talk about a local brewery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about, maybe we should cover some of those local breweries. And we visited a bunch. We've had some days where we visited a lot of them in one day. But we've certainly got favorites and places we like to hang out.
Well, and 5 out of the 6 of us at GBM would consider the brewery that we're talking about, which is Phase 3 out of Lake Zurich, to be one of, if not the best all-around breweries in Illinois.
Yeah, we when we said that, because we have had this discussion, we were definitely, there were some conditions to us saying that, I think, but we kind of talked about it being, a small brewery. I mean, there are, obviously Chicago has some pretty huge breweries also. There's places like Goose and there's places like Rev and there's places like, so we were kind of saying best small brewery, but I think we all kind of agreed that like pretty much everything they do really well. And, no matter what style of beer it is and that kind of thing, they all just nail it. And I would say, the style they don't do a lot of up until just recently would be the sours.
Yeah.
And we're having one now, actually, and that's a real treat. So I can honestly say now they do a pretty good job of those too.
And to be fair, though, I think it's pronounced Apres or Apres. This is actually, they've only put out 2 of them. I think there's technically a 3rd one coming at some point in time. But they're both collaborations with Casey, which Casey does a lot of sours.
Okay.
I don't know too much of the backstory about all of it, but first mixed culture. This one was the peach, which solid amount of peach flavor, which had a little bit of apricotness to it. Sour definitely has a lot of tartness to it. It's fermented in oak wine casks with peaches. So I think especially for like their first sour foray, fantastic.
Yeah, really, really solid showing. Yeah. Yep. No, this is great. And obviously they do a lot of hazies. They do a fair amount of hazies. And I think we actually covered that in the hazies episode too. We talked a little bit about Phase 3. I think we mentioned that although they do hazies, they do have a pretty fair amount of difference between the hazies. So, each one is kind of separate. I mean, they've got the cream, they've got the chantillies, they've got the I'm trying to think, pixel density is a hazy too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they've got a fair amount of different hazies that they do. The stouts are big and
bold,
thick and
lots of flavor.
Curvature is a big one. Lots going on there. But some of my favorite are the pressed series. Those are imperial porters. But they drink like a stout because they're imperial porters. They're pretty thick, but they're coffee porters. So, and I'm a sucker for coffee beers, and they're all fantastic. Some of them are very sweet, but they're very good. Trying to think what else. The Pills is solid.
They got a lot of great lagers.
Oktoberfest is a great beer from them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I could just kind of keep going. I mean, honestly, they've got so many great beers, and it's always a treat to go there.
And it's not necessarily that I would say that everything that they put out is definitely the best, but everything that they do is very well done. And they've come out with a couple of things in the past that I haven't really been a huge fan of, but it's not to say that it wasn't well made. I just didn't happen to like it. But I think that everything that they've put out has a lot of really good merit. Like the Unoya series is a great barrel age program.
Sure. Yeah, one of my favorite beers from them fairly recently is the Manawahine. I think that's what it's called. It's the purple beer. That purple coffee stout, or it's not a stout. It's like a white can with the surfer girl on the logo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's a kind of wild beer. It's made with a yam kind of vegetable or whatever, and I think it's called like anuba or something, or something. And I'm gonna butcher it because I don't have it in front of me, and I'm probably getting the name of it wrong. It's basically like a sweet potato, but it's purple.
Oh yeah,
and it's made with that, so the beer pours purple.
Yeah,
okay. But it's fantastic, and it's really, really good. It's a really fun beer, and it has some nice coffee flavors in it. And that's just a fantastic beer. And I keep buying it, even though I've already had it. I just keep buying it. And every time I see it in the store, I buy it. And I'm never disappointed. It's just such a great beer. I really enjoy it. It's a really fun beer to drink. But it's probably the only purple beer I drank. And it's, again, another one of those beers from them that's just like, all right, well, that's something different. And it's a really fun beer. And I really enjoy it.
I'm just out of it enough that when you said yam, I was like, what the fuck is a yam? You making shit up over there? And I'm like, oh no, that is a thing. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Right. We could get into like, is a sweet potato the same as a yam? And I bet some people would say that it's not. I think it's actually not.
I don't think it is.
That's what I mean. I don't think it's the same thing.
And then you got the other category of people that just don't give a shit.
Right. Which is also probably where I'm at.
Yeah, I kind of fall into that.
Yeah. It's like, what is it? Trying to think it's the green onion versus the
chive.
No, there's something else. It's
scallion.
Yes, there it is. It's the scallion green onion debate.
Whoopty shit.
They're different things, right? And some people get awfully upset about that. Yeah.
So dumb. Weird hill to die on.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, some people it matters, like, and it's okay. And I get it. Like, I'm sure there are probably things in my life that I would get upset about, like about
kind of like Beyonce and her country music career.
Yes, there. I knew that was going to come up. Is she a country artist or not? Well, I don't know. I'll save that one for another episode.
Yeah. We'll have an entire show on that alone.
Just don't bring Randy in here. Then I'll have to have a whole thing about it. And the thing is, like, it's going to seem like I'm defending her, and I'm not. But anyway, so Phase 3, we did a little research before we come into this episode. So founded in 2018. Mm-hmm. So they haven't been around too long. Just had an anniversary not too long ago. There was three people that founded that brewery.
Yeah, Sean and his wife. So owner, brewer Sean Burns and his wife, and I think their friend Evan.
Evan, right. Okay.
I don't know too much about Evan, but Sean started at Ram out in Schaumburg when that was still around.
Yeah, I remember going to Ram. Mm-hmm. It feels like a million years ago.
It kind of was.
I mean, I feel like it was like a lifetime ago.
If Phase 3 opened 7 years ago.
Yeah. I feel like it was close to 20 years ago. I mean, it must have been. It was a long time ago.
That's half a lifetime ago.
That's what I mean. It was like right next to IKEA.
Yep.
Over there.
That's right there.
Like in that same... It's been a while.
It's been a really long time because it's not even there anymore, and it's not been there for years.
Yeah.
But I remember when he was actually brewing at Ram for a long time, and he started coming out. I guess he finally convinced them to like start barrel aging some stuff, and like they had a couple of bottle releases, and people were going apeshit about it. Like they loved it, and so I remember hearing about the brewer at Ram coming out with his own stuff or coming out with like new stuff for Ram. And it was about at that point in time when everyone was kind of getting all of a buzz about it that he left and went and helped start More.
Okay, right.
Which More, obviously, we've talked about More on the show before. They started down in Villa Park, then they opened up a location out here in Huntley, which is just down the street from us, which is great.
Yeah, lucky to have that so close to us. I mean, such a great place.
So he was with More for a couple of years, and that's where like he got Dusty. I think he started with the henna program. He started with the Mendy stuff. Like they obviously had a pretty good base going on, and then. The interesting thing too is like when you sit down and you drink some of the More beers, especially like the hennas and like the Mendys, the thickness and like the richness of the stout, you can see that kind of character in Phase 3 beers.
Yeah, in the Phase 3 beers.
Because his recipe formulation, I mean, obviously hasn't changed greatly in the last 10 years. So of course he's going to bring that over. So
that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, and then Phase 3 would be the third phase.
When, interestingly enough, side note, is that when Phase 3 was kind of forming and before Lake Zurich Brewing Company took over the brewery up in Lake Zurich now, I actually was looking into purchasing the brewery that Lake Zurich ended up purchasing, which is now ended up being Phase 3.
Oh, that's wild.
So I was
you walked through the space back before it was... Yeah.
Well before it became Phase 3.
Wow, that's kind of neat.
I remember going to the location and being like, wow, this is really kind of tucked away back here.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody would ever find it. Well,
they found it. That place is always, well, I won't say it's always hopping. Like, there's a lot of times I've been in there and it's kind of chill, actually. Especially like, because they've opened that back room back there. Mm-hmm. And the back room's fairly large. Like you first walk in and you're like, oh, this is kind of a tiny place. But then you sort of go just past the restrooms and take a right. And there's lots of space back there.
It is.
It's pretty huge.
It's pretty family centric now, too.
It is.
There's always a ton of families.
And there's pinball machines back there.
Video games.
All kinds of stuff going on back
there. Couches.
Yep. It's super comfortable back in the back there.
Tons of kids.
Yep. Which...
That's an argument all of its own.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
we're not going to get into that can of worms.
Yeah, right. But they did just open in Elmhurst. They've got a new place that feels primarily focused on food.
Yeah, big kitchen.
Yeah, and the food there is really good.
It is.
I've been there a couple times too. And never disappointed. Yeah.
It's very good. It's a beautiful location.
Yeah.
It's right on the corner. Oddly enough, it's just a couple blocks down from the original More location. So I don't know if that was intentional.
Even when I've been there, I'm sure there's times where they're totally slammed, but I've never really struggled to get a spot there, like a seat. I've sat at the bar a couple times. I've had a table once. It's never really been difficult. And even in the summertime, they've got the open areas at the original place, outside.
Oh, yeah.
And that's always a good vibe, too, sitting outside. And it's very accessible. I like that. It doesn't really feel like they've outgrown their space quite yet.
Not yet. I mean, if anything, I feel like they're expanding more into the building.
Yeah.
Because once you get through the branch area, you can then walk back around the cooler and there's even more space.
Kind of go back around. Yeah, you're right.
And so I feel like they just keep knocking down walls. It's like, just put a hole in the wall and like, we'll just
keep going back. Yeah. But yeah, no, there's stuff's, I mean, certainly at Benny's and everything else. I don't know. Do you know if they've distributed outside of Illinois?
I feel like I have heard that they did, but I feel like if they have, it's only been to surrounding states.
Okay.
So I don't know if that is correct. So don't quote me on that. But I know that people have run into them or come across it or been able to get it in like Minnesota or even like Michigan area. I think it was one of the first places that they were looking to go was Michigan. So I believe that anyway is the case. But anyway, well, as far as the Opryce goes, this is the other one that they had released. This is the first one that they released. This is actually done with raspberries. And raspberries is actually a great fruit for sour beers. It's very tart.
Very tart.
But it's one of those fruits that like a little bit goes a long way and it holds up because it doesn't ferment out because it's not all sugar.
Right.
And I think, Clarity wise, it's great. It's got a good color. Very tart. Nice berry character. It's pretty light. Really hits on all of the sensory things that a good sour is supposed to hit on. I think it's pretty solid. So, I mean, if this is the beginning of their what could be sour program,
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
It seems really, really good. So I think they've done a great job. If this is the entry, this is, if they're going nowhere but up from here, this is fantastic. So
Absolutely.
very good.
I think if anyone is ever in the Chicagoland area, and I have to stress that it's the Chicagoland area.
Correct. We are not in the city. So,
And both tap room and kitchen, Lake Zurich and Elmhurst, are not in the city.
they're not in the city. So if you're coming into the city, it's a ways. I mean, it's not really far outside of the city, but it's
I would say maybe an hour, depending on which direction you go. I'm thinking traffic.
traffic, right? Exactly. Mileage, not really that far, but Chicago traffic sucks. So
It's construction season, pretty much
always,
13 months out of the year.
yeah, pretty much.
So you're going to run into some traffic.
Right. But yeah, I mean, if you don't mind shooting out to the, burbs ish, yeah, it's worth it. I mean, they're really, really great. So,
And if you make it to the area and you need an idea of where to potentially go, there's a few different places to go in any direction you want to go. So if you do want to visit Phase 3 in Elmhurst, there's plenty of places in the Elmhurst and surrounding areas to go to that are very fantastic places.
sure.
But even up in Lake Zurich,
Yep.
there's kind of a trifecta that you can do.
We've got some ideas. Yeah.
And it's awesome. Like you go to Phase 3, which I think they do have a little bit of bites now. Like they do have.
Well, they do food trucks and they do stuff like that. Definitely.
They got their own thing built in now too. They got a small kitchen in the back.
Okay.
And then just down the street from them, you have a place called Consume.
Yep.
We're big fans of that place.
Yeah.
Great food, great beers, awesome atmosphere.
Great tap list. They've got some fun bottles too. It's a bottle shop too. So you can buy bottles there.
Great whiskey selection.
They have great whiskey selection, and they've got some fun things like Side Project, like other things that are in their bottle shop that you won't find at the bigger bottle stores.
That's true. Forgot about that.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
It is.
Yeah.
And then the other option is right across the street from Consume. It's essentially this strip mall that has a brewery called Roaring Table.
Roaring Table has great beer.
Good stuff. Interesting tap room, though. It's a little like upscale.
What I like about it is this is going to sound weird, but it's kind of a grown-up vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a little weird.
It is a little weird, but like every time I go in there, I sort of feel like it's like mellow and chill, and like it's for like beer drinking people. Like it's like
People that swirl the beer in their glass.
I guess
Stick their
kind
nose
of.
in it.
I mean, I'm not snooty really, but like people that just are here to have some beers and not mess around. Like they're not. You know what I mean? Like they're sort of they take their beer seriously, and they're just here to like have some beer and good conversation, and the vibe's super chill, and like it's just a good place to drink some beer. It's not a dark like it's not like a pub. It's definitely a brewery, but it just has like a really nice, serious kind of we take our beer seriously kind of place. It's not a goofball kind of place. You know what I mean? They're not playing around. It's like a serious beer kind of place. But their beers have won awards and they're very good. I mean, I don't think I've ever had anything bad on their menu. Actually, another good place.
Yeah,
it's smaller than Phase 3 though, and the variance is smaller too. They don't do as many things, but they have sours and lagers and things like that. I've never seen them do any like big heavy stouts or anything like that. They have stouts, but they're more like lighter weight stouts, but things like that. Anyway, also good. Yeah.
Every time I walk into that place, I feel like I should be taking my shoes off. I mean, it's got like the white molding everywhere, and they got
just is a nice, clean place. It just feels very nice,
Yeah, like it's like the room in like growing up. I don't know if you ever had any friends. They had rooms that you just don't go in.
It's a room you can't go into.
I'm like, it's a whole fucking side of your house, and you can't walk through it. Like, why? Is it for it's for company?
You don't want to get that room dirty. Don't use those towels.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah, you know what I was gonna mention, first of all, if you watch this show or you listen to this show, you should definitely be liking and subscribing. I've mentioned this before, so please do. If you want to see more of this, tell us what you like, leave comments, definitely be giving us your feedback because that's great. But what I was going to say was, if you are listening to or watching this and you are not from the Chicagoland area and you are coming to visit, you should reach out to us. Like, you've got our information, Instagram handles and stuff like that. I have actually done this where I've visited a city and I've reached out to people that I know are from that city. Right. And I'll be like, oh, I'm coming to visit, I know you live there. Can you give me suggestions of places that I should go when I'm in that city? And I'm not trying to meet up or any of that. I mean, we can. Absolutely. Maybe we can meet up. Right. But it gives me a chance to kind of just like, hey, you're from there. And I'm going to be here these days. Like, do you have any suggestions for me? Right. And hey, we can do that. Send me a direct message. Tell me where you're going to be. And I can absolutely send you some suggestions of places you should go. If you're into beer, if you like breweries, if you're going to be near Lake Zurich, one of them will be Phase 3. But I mean, I guess my point is like, you've got my contact info. It's in the beginning and end of this video. And if you like and subscribe, I'll know who you are. But anyway, so
I'll be able to find you.
Yeah. Well, I guess my point is like, you've got that information available to you and there's no reason you shouldn't use it. If, you're going to be visiting this area, I'm happy to provide that to people.
Beers and Gears travelogue.
I guess. Right. Yeah. So anyway, just a little plug, but please just click subscribe and I'll be happy to provide that to you. What other things are we thinking about regarding Phase 3? Oh, you know what I was going to say? There's only one beer I've had from them that, first of all, tasted amazing, but it had one off-putting element to it. And that was, I was trying to remember exactly which one it was, but it was either maybe it was a pineapple chantilly or one of those, but it was like, it had like a little bit of a tropical drink effect going on with it. And so there was some floaties in it when you poured it out. And it was that was the only off-putting drink from them I've ever had. Tasted amazing. Tasted great. But there was something floating around in the glass, not super attractive. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like the prize in the Cracker Jack box.
Yeah. It was literally the only beer I've ever had from there where I was kind of like, well, that's not the best looking beer I've ever seen. You know what I mean? But it tasted amazing. So, and it was one of the Chantilly's. Stout's like, I love this microphone.
I don't know what's going on here.
He's like, why are you paying so much attention to the microphone and not to me?
Okay. Well, I want to take this as a sign.
Yeah. You know what? I also realized we have not ka-chowed in a while. And we should probably say ka-chow.
What?
Would anybody buy a t-shirt that says ka-chow on it if we made one? And we'd have to be careful with that.
It's spelled French.
It's French.
It's a French term.
Yeah. Q-U-A.
I don't know. We got it written down somewhere.
Yeah, it's written down somewhere. It's very French.
It's definitely anything further from a red car.
It definitely would not be said by a red car.
So we're safe.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not at all the same.
It's like Steven and Steven. One's with a V and one's with a PH.
Right. Yeah. Or Steven. It starts with a PH.
Okay.
Like the dog with the overbite. Steven.
Steven. Oh, Steven.
Oh, Steven.
All right, we're done.
All right, that's it. So we're done with this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed us talking about Phase 3. Please, again, like and subscribe and visit Phase 3. And let us know what you'd like to see. And that's it. So thanks for watching.
Yep. Later.